Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another NuubCast. Yes, this is Blomus, and I am bringing you a 2v2. Yeah, 2v2 between Seraph Blade, his opponent Molesto. Wow, nice freaking name, bro. Molesto. Creeper, and their opponents. Familiar names, my good friends Djibouti, the purple Terran, his ally, Psychopath. I played some 2v2s with Psychopath today. Big fun. We rocked it. Only lost one game we shouldn't have, which is always a good day in my opinion. If you only lose the games you're supposed to lose, you've done well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2v2 here on NuubCast. We see the pre-game banter talking about scouting. On a map like this, always fastest to split your scouts up and split the map when you don't know where your opponents are. Obviously, the cross maps like high orbit and whatnot, much easier just to send one scout. You know where your opponents are. Sending one scout to get that early scout and see what's happening. Very easy to do, very easy to gain some knowledge. Big map like Tempest though, and here Djibouti has immediately found their opponents, and they're going to be able to pour on some pain. Now this is of course a 2v2. I have no idea what happens in this game. I've not watched it yet. My replay filtration system is this game has not passed through it. It was handed to me by people that I trust, so if it sucks, it's their fault. Mwahahaha. Molesto. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have a problem saying that the whole game because I'm gonna feel like an old Creeper McCreeper guy. And the ring comes out just in time to smoke the probe, but instead it's going to turn around and not smoke the SCV, which is finally going to come in and get a scout and see absolutely nothing except a supply depot, because what else are you going to see of use at 3.5 minutes unless Protoss is playing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a TP versus TZ. I really like this map, Tempest. Never really get to talk about it as far as 2v2s, but it's one of those maps that allows you to play like a 1v1 style and then just join your armies together. A lot of the maps where you share bases and things like that, it can throw you off your game if you're not used to playing 2v2s. If you play a lot of 1v1s, those shared space and having to decide who's taking naturals and things like that can throw off your immediate game. Psychopath opting for a double Evo chamber early on, going for the upgraded Lings, I'm guessing, although I don't see Ling speed going down yet, though he does, he did have enough minerals and gas for double Ling speed, but it looks like he went for the upgrades instead, +1/1, and now getting the speed. It looks like it's going to be Lings from Psychopath, and looks like we're going to see some Reaper harass from Djibouti. Wonder if we're going to see lots of Reapers from Djibouti. When you are placed, you know your opponents are right across the way here. Look at this. Seraph Blade setting up for those Reapers automatically, knowing that his opponent's right across the way and going to have that just easy access to move out, and Djibouti going to lose his scouting SCV. But I don't think it's going to matter, because these guys, look at this, Hellion's out for Seraph Blade, and he is researching Blue Flame. Looks like both teams going for some early harass, and while Molesto gets up some Blink Stalkers. So Blink Stalkers and Hellions, here come the Reapers doing damage. Get taken out by the Blue Flame Hellion after killing just a couple of Marines. So no real damage done there by the Reapers. Yeah, Djibouti These guys are good. They were ready. They were ready with the Marines out here. They're saying a little uh-oh. Better play better, guys. No problem. You got this. What I would have liked to see, perhaps, is when Djibouti went in for that harass, if Psychopath had brought his Lings out here, and then when that army, when Molesto's army went up to help Seraph Blade, Psychopath could have gone in and just toasted Molesto's army. Now that would have been a really good play. Looks like we're looking at drops over here. Blink is finished for Molesto, it appears. He's going to blink down, and hoping for some vision from the medevac. And here we go. Molesto going to blink up, and here comes the other harass. Nothing is at home. There's nothing in this base. Hellions lining up these SCVs. And here come the Lings, getting surround on the... trying to run away and stay away from the Hellions, but now the Lings come in. Now they get good surround on the Stalkers, and these guys are barely going to be able to blink away. And with their life, just two of these Stalkers ready to die, and decent enough reaction from Djibouti and Psychopath. Really got to keep an eye on the mini-map here so I can see what else is happening. We have Psychopath dropping his hatch. Molesto taking the tower. Djibouti has his expansion up and running. Mostly Marauders here. Are we going to see a starport come down? There it is. So we will see him following up with some medevacs on this reactor. When those buildings are finished, they will swap. Seraph Blade getting his expansion out, as well as Molesto. So it's going to be 4 base on 4 base. Lots of Lings out here for Psychopath. Would love to see some harass. These tanks could run right into Seraph Blade's base and do a lot of damage. There's not a lot of units there. Man, would love to see that happening. But again, there's not a whole lot of scouting happening right now. So we take a look. Nobody knows anything. Djibouti does put up a sensor tower. Always good to see. Might want to wait for the medevacs to come out to start moving out. Here they come, but Djibouti, of course, supply blocked. Of course. Not of course. Not like it happens all the time. Happens enough for a guy who's in Masters, though. Doesn't it, bro? You know what I'm talking about. And Armory coming out for Seraph Blade. Perhaps going to see some Thors, or just more upgrades for... Now, I'm curious. Hellions are vehicles, yeah, so they do get upgrades. Lings leaving the tower for safety of their fellow units, always a good idea. Expansion out for Psychopath, getting that layer tech. Here comes the first attack by the Noob squad, both Djibouti and Psychopath, former NuubCasters. I would consider them still NuubCasters, even though they don't cast that much. Stalker's able to blink. Oh, I was like, wait, who threw those force fields down? Those are terrible. But they were good enough for government work. Hellions going to try and come in from behind, but the Marauders are going to go out and face those guys immediately. Lings getting a surround on these Protoss units. Stalkers blinking out. Force fields going down. Marauders going to do all kinds of good work on these Hellions and tanks. Surround down on the Nexus, which will go down. And now it is time to retreat and regroup. Oh, Blue Flame Hellions doing a lot of damage there, though, before they're able to. And Djibouti able to get some of that damage back with those Marauders. A very nice, exciting back and forth game here Looking like a lot of fun. Templar tech out for Molesto. Is he going to stick? He's getting Storm, which is good against Zerg and Terran for sure. So we are going to see some Storms later on in this match. Oh, look at this. Looks like it's going to be a big drop for Djibouti. Is he going to hit the Terran player or the Protoss? Probably the Terran, considering where he is going. Infestors out for Psychopath. So we are going to see some Infestor on Templar play. Adrenal glands down for Psychopath. So those Lings are going to be super upgraded. They're 2-2 with Adrenal gland. Going to have that fast attack. Going to be seriously damaged. Hellion drop in Djibouti's main, killing all kinds of SCVs. Here comes the surround by the Lings. Wow. So many Lings immediately went orange after that. After getting hit by those stream of Hellion fire. Oh, going to come in here. Storm on the Lings, killing so many. They are 2-2, so they're doing all kinds of damage here to these Protoss units, but too strong. Even without any upgrades, Lings are going to go down. They were already weakened by the Blue Flame Hellions, and so couldn't do much there. And holy crap, it just had a huge coughing fit. Here's the drop by Djibouti in Seraph Blade's base, taking out both starports. Gotta watch out for these medevacs. Doesn't want to drop. Oh, just misses the storm. Couple feedbacks, but not enough energy to do any damage. Going to save the medevacs and all the units. Djibouti gets out relatively clean. A very, very effective drop by Djibouti. Those starports, actually factories going down instead. Mass factories going to be going down for Seraph Blade. Wants more of those Thors. More of those tanks to come out. And here, Mephisto gathering his army of charge lots. Oh, it just started charge, so they're not quite charge lots yet. And here comes lots of Marauders for Djibouti. And look at this. In the meantime, Psychopath taking a third and a fourth base. And so is Djibouti. Not wasting any time. Expanding behind that harass. Very good idea. Lots of barracks going down here. If we take a look at the... Wow. Zerg going 3-3. Djibouti 3-2 going down. And their opponents just now starting to get some upgrades. We see very few upgrades, if any, on the Protoss forces. No upgrades at all. Very few upgrades, if any, on the Terran side as well. I don't even see any units other than these few tanks that are out here. These guys are in deep duty. What was a very close game is becoming very one-sided. Now, Djibouti should be able to clean this up on his own, though these storms, if they're able to get off, are going to do serious damage to this completely bio unit. Actually ends up storming his own units. Lings come in, get the surround. There's another storm. Lings micro out of it, and the Lings are chasing down the High Templar, trying to get some high-tech kills. But, what's his name again? Molesto, able to get out of it, and here comes Djibouti into the Terran natural killing tanks left and right. Another storm on the bio. Another storm on the bio. Gonna lose these Marauders. In come the Zealots to clean this up, and it looks like these guys are going to hold this off. Molesto and Seraph Blade doing yeoman's work there, doing just enough to hold this off. Very surprising that they were able to do that, however, considering the fact that these teams have, Red in particular had almost no units. Pardon me. Still some residual coughage happening. Cutting off these transferring workers. Lots of storms available here for Molesto to use. And warping in more units all the time. Lings coming in, trying to get more High Templar kills, having to run away. These are now about to be 3-3. Chitinous plating coming out. 6 Ultralisks on the way for Psychopath. Djibouti saying, let's check this out. We need to see what's happening over these bases. Make sure they're not expanding. We have double expansion going down for Seraph Blade. And Psychopath says, no way, brother. Not happening. Archon's now out for Molesto. Storm's down on the bio, doing a great job. Feedback on the... Oh, Fungal gets off on the High Templar. And that's it for Molesto's army. These guys are going to be able to walk in here and do all kinds of damage. Stim on the Marauders. Going to kill these cannons. Zealots are not going to last long. Infestors just hanging out. We're going to see what they can do. This is going to be the end. Look at all of these Ultralisks coming in. Oh, look at a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions and a Thor with a line of tanks behind them. Pretty good for Seraph Blade. Going to do some damage, but Marauders, I don't know if you know, pretty good against Hellions. Along with the fungal growth here and there. And in come the Ultralisks, and that is going to do it. Molesto GG's out. Seraph Blade likely to follow. And that's going to do it for all of Red's forces as well. Seraph Blade giving the GG and leaves the game. That was one of the best 2v2s I've had the pleasure of watching in a while. So thank you, Djibouti and Psychopath. Forgive me for my coughing fits. I need to get a... I need to bind a mic mute button for those. Hope you enjoyed that game, guys. Oh man, that was fun. Fun to watch. I'm sure it was fun to play for these guys as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep climbing that ladder.